taking calls right here live from Hawaii. It's December 4th, 2015. Taking your calls in regards to the UFO phenomenon happening right now. If you want to support the channel, you've just heard some of Paul Barrett's incredible music. You've been hearing it for years. The album is out there, Third Phase of Moon album. You love the tunes? Order it so you could cruise while you're looking for UFOs with Paul Barrett's incredible Third Phase of Moon music. You know what we're going to do is we're going to take calls, and we're also giving our prayers out to San Bernardino and the victims out there and the families who were affected by this tragedy a couple days ago. I've been to Redlands in San Bernardino on my way to Big Bear to ski at times, and it's a good neighborhood. It's good people out there, and sometimes bad people ruin good places. You know what we're going to do? We're going to listen to some more Paul Barrett, Third Phase Moon. We're going to be taking callers from around the world. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. Blake Cousins, Third Phase Moon. We'll be right back. Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins. Let's get to it. Taking calls. Let's hopefully we hear some new things that nobody's ever heard before. Are you tired of hearing about Roswell 1947 or the Anunnaki? We've all heard about this. Rendlesham, give me a break. We've been down Rendlesham over and over again. What we like about Third Phase Moon Friday night radio is that people get to share their stories. Raw, live, sometimes never heard before, sometimes never shared before by witnesses to the UFO phenomenon. Area code 203. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Connecticut, Bridgeport.
Connecticut, Bridgeport. What was your name, sir?
My name is Jose.
Jose, hey, welcome to Third Phase.
Yes.
Go ahead.
What I'm going to tell you is I don't know if it's a UFO or alien experience, but I was going to call you before, weeks ago, but I was really busy. So almost a month ago, I was sleeping in my room, and normally I always see things outside, like in the stars, and they kind of move sometimes. But what I'm going to tell you is a personal experience. So when I used to leave my window open, around 2 a.m. I would wake up with this dream I used to have. It's about someone like a person or something gray carrying me and trying to take me. But every time I used to wake up around 2 a.m. in the morning, I would throw up like a lot, and I would feel really bad. And that was for a whole week. That was really for a whole week, and I was kind of scared because I don't know what was going on. So I went to a doctor, and they said they didn't find anything on me. And so that was, but I was keep dreaming about this gray person every single time until a Tuesday. That it was the last time that I dreamed about. It was trying to carry me, but my window was closed, so it actually couldn't take me. So I just keep seeing this huge light out of my window, and I was really scared. I told my parents, but I don't know, they don't believe me at all.
Well, wow, Jose, that's welcome to Third Phase. First caller in, having experiences with things he really can't understand, but he recalls these images of alien grays, and a lot of these encounters happen right there in your bedroom. And so you said you were getting sick every night, you actually...
Yes, I would wake up around 2 a.m. and I would throw up right after. I don't know where, and I'm really healthy on eating everything, but this time, I can throw up at the same time for a week.
And you weren't running any temperature of any kind, and it wasn't no stomach flu, and you went to the doctor, and they couldn't explain what was wrong.
Yeah. So I was really scared. I told my parents.
Wow. Go ahead, Jose.
Oh, sorry about that. I told my parents. I went to the doctor, but they don't say anything to me. They just say, it must be the weather. I don't think the weather would wake me up around 2 a.m. with these dreams and throw up at a.m.
Well, did you Did you examine, see if there's any like unknown scars on your body or anything like this?
No, actually, but like I had a pain around close to my heart, like not like really close, but like up the like by my throat, like right down.
Well, stand by, Jose. That's the first time I've ever heard of this nausea feeling during a possible ET visitation. That's the first I've ever heard of that. Maybe some other people have had that experience. I know we have some guests that we're going to get to that have been taken away by aliens, and we're going to ask that question. And Jose, stay with us. Maybe they got questions for you. Okay, Jose?
Okay, thank you so much.
Stand by, Jose. We're going to get to another caller, and we're going to be asking that question. If anybody that has experienced alien abduction, if they've had this nausea feeling. Area code 301, you're live, third phase of moon. Thanks for calling in. 301, you there, live? You hear anything? 301 just shut off. Let's go to area code 651, waiting for a while now. Welcome to the show, third phase. 651, you there?
Yeah, I'm just listening in.
All right, can you listen in on the Blog Talk Radio so we can make room for the callers calling in? Thank you very much. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. We're going to let the phone lines build up. Area code 347-934-0378 is the number to call in. This is Blake Cousins, third phase moon. We'll be right back. Third phase of moon. Taking calls. They're dropping out. I don't know what's going on. A lot of calls just came in, and then all of a sudden, boom, they blinked out. The number to call in is 347-934-0378. We're trying to get the phone line situated. As we do that, I know we have a abductee that goes by F1. F1, you there? What's going on here? Hello, F1? $949, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I don't understand why you can't hear me.
Oh, got you. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, wow. Weird stuff. I just hear a bunch of clicks, which is indicative of third-party monitoring, just due to my experience.
There's a lot of been falling out calls in and out. I don't know what's going on tonight. So,
man, you got somebody's attention, brother. We might be getting close to the truth here.
Hey, F1, let me ask.
Aloha nui loa, Blake. How are you, bro?
Yeah, doing pretty good, man. Doing good over here in Hawaii.
You know what's interesting, Blake? I think we have like a freaking clairvoyant connection because one of your openings tonight was, we've heard about this, we've heard about that, let's try to get something different. Well, thanks to you and all the freaking unbelievably hard work that you, Brent, and probably a little help from outside, but I mean, due to the work that you guys do, you have provided an avenue of communication to people that have risked ridicule for tens and tens and tens of years, 30, 40 years, and you provided an avenue for us to get together. And last week I just didn't give, I know we're real close to something that we all know is going to happen. I promise whoever's listening, we're really freaking close. This is no time to go sit in the bleachers. Get to the front row. It's coming. And one of the things that you've allowed is I spoke with someone that's very close to Jesse and lives in the same state, Minnesota, and I believe you know her as Elise. And it's interesting because we have been talking and sharing pictures, and let me tell you, there's some weird shit going on in that girl's backyard. That's for sure. And she has she has a picture that blew my mind. That absolutely 100%. I don't give a crap if you were the founder of Photoshop or CorelDRAW or programming. you couldn't replicate this in a million years. And she showed me a photo.
Hold on a sec, F1. F1, let me ask you a question. So you have a photograph? Did you send it to me? What is this photograph of? Can we share it on Third Phase of Moon? How are we going to see this?
It's, I believe that I would have to get permission from the person that took it, who is probably listening at this moment as we spoke earlier before the show. I want to just tell you what the picture is quickly. It is of a electrical kind of a light illuminated 3 to 4 foot high gray that you can actually see the structure of it, and it is gosh darn scary. It's probably in my 50 years of being in this field, it's the one that got my attention. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Let me get that photograph, F1. That's great that you saw something, but there's one thing about seeing something, and then there's another about sharing it to the world. That's what we try and do over here. We got area code 832. We got 226 coming in, 626. We're all going to get to all you tonight, so stand by right there. F1, I want to get into this question earlier from a previous caller. Jose said he's been experiencing some things in his bedroom over the month. He was sick, a nauseated feeling. You've been visiting.
Yes, I have to say, just like the when I talked about how the sperm changed with another caller, that absolutely he wouldn't have known that unless he is the real deal. I want to let this caller know that's wondering about the nausea. It happens regularly, and it's always associated with a realistic dream that seems to last all night and all morning, and it used to happen to me a lot. I didn't understand why. It wasn't from drinking. It wasn't from food poisoning. It wasn't from anything, and it was the incredible. And it's like a bile, but it's white, like you're throwing up almost white, bubbly fluid. And I believe it's a common attachment to when you are taken and brought back at a rather quick rate of speed. And
wow. So let me get this right, Jose. So was when you were puking, vomiting, was it white in substance?
Yeah, kind of like white or something. Like it was nothing. It was more like actually no. I don't eat too much at night, so it's not something I would eat bad. Or it's just like liquid, liquid.
That's a very strange indeed. I guess it might be a common occurrence, this nauseated feeling. If anybody's been close encounters with extraterrestrial and have had this, leave your comments below and see if this is a similar thing going on. We're going to get to another caller
2 weeks ago, and
okay.
I tried to send the post to you guys, but I didn't get any response back. But anyways, I have a post that I posted on YouTube. I don't know what it was. I was driving on the freeway and there was some really odd weather. And me and my partner were driving home from work, and we looked up in the sky and we saw this thing, and I just don't know what it is. If you want to look and see what the picture is that I posted, it's Rockstar 8970ABLE on YouTube. But like I said, I tried to send you guys a picture of it.
Rockstar.
Other than that,
let's one sec, Rockstar. Let me do my due diligence and take a look at your YouTube channel. So it's Rockstar. Sure. What were the numbers?
8970.
Yep.
ABLE.
And
if you go to
okay, go ahead.
On my channel, I don't put up a bunch of junk or anything like that. I've got like maybe 3 videos on there, but this was something that was really different and really. Let me also say too, I was really close to that V that showed up in the sky on the last blood moon. That thing was like right over my house. So I think my area that I live in is kind of a hot spot for this kind of stuff. Go ahead and take a look at the picture and tell me what you think, you know.
Okay, yeah, I pulled it up. Glowing orb over Anaheim, California, correct? The photograph of you driving this orb of some sort. Let me ask you this. Did you see this with your own eyes? Is this what compelled you to take this photograph?
Yeah, like I said, the weather was so strange. We could see blue sky, we could see the sun, and then we could see this thing. It was kind of a blur, and that's why we took the picture. You know, it was just odd to see there, but I didn't see in full spectrum what we saw after we took the picture. You know, it wasn't in no way hoaxed or doctored up or anything like that. You know, what you're seeing is the actual picture that got taken right there.
So you don't think this is any kind of like the lens refraction from shooting into the sun? This is something altogether you saw with your own eyes.
Well, if you look at it, you can. Yeah, exactly. But if you look at it, you can see the sun is off to the right, and this thing is, you know, it's off to the left of it. Like I said, you know, it's not something that I took to try to hoax or anything like that. I'm still wondering what it was. You know, that's the reason why I'm talking to you, because I really don't know what that was. It was really odd, and I've seen a couple of things in our sky in Anaheim that, you know, it's kind of unexplainable. But I just wanted your opinion.
Well, you know what, Rockstar? Here's a question. May I share this with our viewers at Third Phase of Moon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, it's not really. My opinion is not really relevant in this whole situation. It's the people out there and people sharing information. You know, if I start giving opinions on everything, then I would, you know, have another job. My job is just to put it out as it comes in. But, you know, what you captured, it's if you're saying what you're saying, I believe it's a genuine photograph. I believe there's no doctoring going on. My first impression would be it's a lens flare, but if you're saying you saw it with your own eyes, then that's proof enough that it's not. You know what I mean?
You know what?
That's my opinion.
I agree, Blake. I'm saying, because if I saw the picture that somebody else took of it, I would say the same exact thing. That's why I was so amazed by the picture that came out, and, you know, knowing that I was there, you know, when it happened. So,
you know,
let me
tell you this, Rockstar. I get a lot of lens flare photos where people are taking a picture of a sun and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm catching a UFO," and I get tons of these, tons. But to your photograph, Rockstar, it doesn't have that similar lens flare reaction that I'm seeing. It has its own little features. It has its own features. It almost looks like a full moon, but it's obviously a full moon wouldn't be that large in the sky. So, you know, Rockstar,
not right next to the sun, right? I mean,
exactly.
Not only that, but if you look at it, the glare that's coming off of the orb is coming towards me. You know, as we're driving into the scene. So, like I said, you know, I don't know, man. You know, it was something that was really odd. I took a picture of, and, you know, I just wanted other people's opinion of it, you know, because, like I said, I was there, I saw it myself, and I don't know what to think, man, to be honest with you.
Well, that's cool, Rockstar. We're going to share it. We're going to share it on Third Phase, so be sure to check it out when we post this up on YouTube along with your photograph, and look for comments and see what they think. I gave you my opinion. It should be everybody's – when they post it up here, that's what I'm really glad that people get to go and comment back to the people that all these trolls out there saying, "Oh, this is fake, this is CGI," but then they talk to the people themselves backing it up. Yeah. That's what's great. Rockstar, hey, you calling in and sharing.
All right, thanks, Blake.
All right, so that was Rockstar submitting UFO evidence live, Third Phase of Moon, just the way we like it. Let's get to the next caller. 562, you're live, Third Phase. Welcome.
Hey, Blake, how you doing? It's Fausto.
Fausto, Fausto Perez, how you doing? Los Angeles. We got a lot of Los Angeles callers, California. We reach. So I'm going to bring in some of the other people from Los Angeles, and I want to get the word on the street of what's going down over there in regards to this incident. What do you think went down? Is this an act of terrorism? Is this on the work?
The thing that happened yesterday, the shooting in San Bernardino?
Yeah, yep.
Not sure. Every time something like this happens, I'm always really skeptic whether it's a false flag or not. And I don't like to talk about it because I don't like to bring up, I don't like to perpetuate it more and get people to keep talking about the whole gun situation and scenario. And then throwing my opinion out there. But I want to.
Well said, Fausto. Fair enough. Let's get back to UFOs. I know you just sent me a link. Is there something I should take a look at here?
Yes, I sent you 3 videos. One recent one of a fleet of 12 objects. And,
okay.
So the first link I sent you was 12 objects, and they were flying. They flew out of cloud cover. So they descended from the clouds, and then they flew westbound. They flew west towards the ocean. And when I looked at some of the stills, these objects were actually making the shapes of constellations. In one still, you could see that they clearly resembled a Little Dipper. I also found a shot of them resembling the Summer Triangle, and then one of them trying to make Orion's belt. Somebody commented in one earlier saying that they were possibly showing their star location by presenting that. But that was
That's right. Hey, Fausto, let me ask you a quick question. You sent me some links. Can I share some of your YouTube footage here in third phase along with what you submitted so we can share it with the world?
Yeah, you can share these for sure. I sent you 3 videos of 3 recent ones that we caught.
Okay, I got it.
I wanted to let people know that we had an event we have an event, a meetup scheduled this Sunday. If anybody in LA wants to come join us for our meetup and watch some UFOs or see if we see anything that day.
All right. I'm looking at one of the photos. You call it mysterious UFO formation. Right off the bat, some people are going to say, these are simple balloons in the sky.
Weather balloons. I know they're going to say that.
Yeah, what makes you say that it's something else? Because right away, they're interesting because that one in the middle just keeps oscillating back and forth. It really goes nowhere, and it keeps its formation. That's what kind of is peculiar about this video. Is that what you?
That's the 3 orb formation that we caught. Yeah, that one got my attention because they were flying. See how there's 3 of them? They were flying forward all together in that position that you see them. And then only the middle one was moving like you're saying. So that is odd. If they were balloons attached to a string, then the middle one would be affecting the outside ones, and they would all be getting jolted around. But you see the outside ones are stationary, while only the middle one is moving back and forth while they were flying forward together.
Well, yeah, it's pretty cool, Sal. So that's an interesting catch. I'm going to pull up the other video here just in a sec. But there's this balloon mimics that the aliens are now mimicking balloons, and people are posting up these balloon videos, and they're saying, it's an alien craft just posing like a balloon. What do you got to say about that?
I have seen some weird stuff with tethers, but I just never like to post the footage that I catch of that stuff because I don't want to feed the skeptics or the trolls or the people that are just going to deny it. So I like to stick more to the anomalous footage that will completely have nobody talking against it. But I have seen some videos of stuff with tethers that do some things that completely point away from the idea of them being balloons. But if it looks too close like a balloon, then I just don't touch it.
Yeah, that's a good call, Fausto. Let me pull up your other video, and this one's called Mass UFO Sighting in East LA. And let's see, there's a bunch of people looking up on the streets, and they see this some kind of black plasmic orb in the sky. Is this what you're talking about?
No, that's one that we caught in East LA. The one I was talking about earlier is the first link I sent you. The very first link.
Okay, I'm gonna. This one is from the Inquisitor Mass UFO Sightings Fleet. Let me get to that.
Yeah, that
okay,
was. That
okay,
one's
I'm
our
pulling
article.
that up.
They posted about it.
The truth
that
is
was
coming,
the one I was
correct?
telling you about. Yeah, that was
okay,
the one I was telling you about that was making the constellation shapes, the 12 orbs.
Great. November 7th, 2015. And a lot of people are watching this video. And I'm glad that we're going to be able to share this on Third Phase. You know what, Fausto? We're going to be sharing some of your videos. And if anybody out there wants to reach out to Fausto and check out his events in Los Angeles, he always does these things. And people show up. It's Fausto UFO. So definitely check it out. Bring your cameras and see how things play out, because UFO hunting like these guys do, they have some great equipment. They capture some things. So Fausto, hey, thanks a lot for sharing. We'll be sharing your videos and your link to your YouTube channel. All right, Fausto, that was Fausto Perez. Good material, good videos, and he's got the crowds showing up and getting the word out. Let's get to another caller, and right after this one, we're going to go to break and take some other callers from around the world. 757, you're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, going pretty good. A lot of people calling in, videos, submissions, alien abduction stories, Friday night radio. Man,
man,
it's
I
doing pretty
was
good.
just listening to you talking to Fausto. I actually wanted to share my YouTube channel with you. I've been catching some pretty crazy stuff, dude.
Oh, yeah? Okay, man. Well, let's hear it. I'm going to pull up YouTube right now. We're all over the place on YouTube tonight. That's awesome. Okay.
Man.
Let me pull it up. What's the name?
My YouTube channel name is UFO Bro. Literally, it's just UFO BRO.
UFO Bro. That's cool. Let's pull it up. That's original.
Yeah, it is. But I have the latest video I just posted. It's called Spirit Orb UFO Morphs and Opens Up. I filmed this from Newport News, Virginia. And I actually see them right outside my house. I don't know if you've heard of Robert Bingham. I'm sure you have, but I learned pretty much learned how to summon them, I guess, from him, the orbs. And,
UFO Bro, is it called UFO Scorpion, Automatic? Which one should I look for?
Picture, it's kind of like an orb opening up, kind of.
Well, I'm having unfortunately that's not coming up. This was an automated one by YouTube, so that's weird.
I'm trying to think. Could I send it to the link to your last thing you posted? Could I send the link to your last post on YouTube? Your last video?
Yeah, you could try. Might not be the best way. Go to my About page, and I have a email address on my YouTube channel. You could contact me there, okay?
All right, well, while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you about this orb. So I've been seeing them for about 2 or 3 weeks and, like, really noticing them. And I really started trying to, like, talk to them or whatever. And last night I was trying to talk to them, and I have a really good camera. I have a Nikon D3300, and I have a 200 millimeter lens on that. So I get pretty good shots of them. And I've never seen orbs like morph. I asked the orb to like come closer or like show me how it looks or whatever, and it like opened up almost like a flower, and it showed like this blue energy inside of it. I can't even really explain it. The only way I can really explain it is like when you see other summoning videos, and sometimes the balloon shaped anomalies or whatever, like sometimes they kind of show this inside part of it, and it's like either dark or like, it's really hard to explain, but for some reason I feel like it showed me inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I opened my heart to it, and it like opened up back to me, if that makes sense.
You know, these orbs are a phenomenon. We get a lot of orb photographs, and we had one submitted just within the show. But, yeah, a lot of them, are questionable, and there are a lot of them. So when there's a lot of something, you know there's a phenomenon going on, and maybe they're spiritual interdimensional beings, spirits. Hard telling, but you know they're out there. Let's get to another caller, and thanks for calling in. We're going to go to area code 503. Hey, thanks for calling in to Third Phase of Moon. You're live. 503 just dropped out. They get scared when they go live sometimes. 812, how about you? You there? Third Phase of Moon, you're live.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you. How you doing?
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing great. My name's Gabriel.
Hey,
I've had
Gabriel.
a lot of different experiences in my life.
Okay.
And you're probably more interested in UFOs, right?
What kind of experiences have you?
Well, I'll tell you. If I'll tell you one. Okay. One time, me and my friend. This has been back in probably 1993, New Albany area, Indiana, and we were camping in Greenville, and we were heading back. We had to come back and get bait and stuff. And when we come back through there, it looked like the moon. It was hot pink, like glowing hot pink. And I looked at it out of we was driving this old 79 four-door truck, and I was looking out of it, and then it disappeared. And I thought, I thought, well, maybe clouds went in front of the moon or something, And then we traveled about a quarter mile more, and this huge glowing pink light was right in front of us, man. And I started to slow down. I was going to stop and get out. It looked like the Aurora Borealis or something. And
wow,
my
cool.
friend, it was amazing, man. And I don't know how anybody, I don't know if other people reported this, but it was like the only other story I've ever heard like that was one frightening story about where they found some people that aged real fast, and they said that there was a hot pink light in the area where that happened. But then as we started traveling under it, it shimmered and just was completely gone. And then when we got down to New Albany exit to take New Albany out over the skies of Louisville, it lit up like pink like that again. It was the strangest thing that was one of the strangest things I've ever encountered. I don't know if it was some kind of a natural phenomenon or what it was, But it wasn't a craft. I mean, it was obviously like something, I'm not sure, man. Have you ever heard anything like that?
Well, I hear a lot of things. What do you think it was, man? Because you know what aircraft looks like. You know what weather balloons.
This definitely did not look like an aircraft of any kind. It looked like, because it was moving like, we first seen it, it was probably way out in the sky like miles, and then in a matter of a second or 2 seconds, I don't know how long it was we traveled. We was doing probably about 70 mile an hour, so to where we drove underneath it, it wasn't very long at all. So I mean, I'm not sure how it moved around and stuff, but that was just one thing I wanted to tell you. But I had another experience. If you're interested in listening to it, it's more of a UFO thing.
Oh yeah, big time. Let's hear it.
All right, listen to this. Okay. I don't know why this happened to me at this particular time, but I was going through a divorce, okay, and I was really suicidal, and I was really down on my emotions and stuff, and me and my son are driving down the road, and we're arguing with each other. And I didn't know enough to know to You there?
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right. But anyway, all of a sudden while we're arguing, it's like something draws my attention. That's the strange part about it, is it drew my eyes to it. And it was something that looked like it was a UFO, but it didn't have glass or metal like the body. It looked like you just welded a bunch of beautiful, shiny stainless steel poles together, and it was flying towards where we were coming up. It's going to meet the road right where we were at, about 100 foot off the ground. And I looked at him, and I said, "Hey, ho, stop." I said, "Look, do you see that?" And he goes, "Yeah, I see. What is it?" And it was traveling about, it was shaped like a diamond, like some kind of a strange geometric shape. And it did not look like anything was flying it. It didn't look like it had lights. Of course, it was daylight. But this is down by Fort Knox. And, sometimes I wonder about craft down there. But this, I think, was like something very spiritual and symbolic, because whenever it hit the road, like where we was at, it bounced and trajected like a 45-degree angle. And I'm talking about sped up to probably from 50 mile an hour to 500 mile an hour and arced over the trees. It was so fast I lifted my rear end come up off the seat. That I was like, and then the strange part of it was it disappeared, right after that. And he looked at me and he goes, I think we need to go down and I'll hang out with you tonight. And I said, yeah, let's do that. Let's go down here. And it was a week later probably, and I thought that changed our moods that we were in. It literally changed the way we were talking to each other and everything. Like it was emotionally connected to us, and what we were going through.
Wow. So it was like you were all experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, we both just was drawn to this thing, and it was absolutely, if you ever seen anything that moved straight in a straight line and then bounced like it was like a cartoon or something, like it was on a rubber band that you couldn't see. And then it just bounced, man. And I'm talking a speed so fast that it covered 2 miles in a tenth of a second. It was just so fast that you wondered, did I really see that? But I remember seeing the shape of it. It looked like shiny stainless steel poles like welded together into a diamond shape. And I I wonder if it was a symbol or something, and that symbol that we see, changed our attitudes towards each other. It was amazing.
I bet, yeah, I've seen the exact same thing in 1977 approximately. And these things bounce, they take 90-degree turns, they leave a trace. Did it leave a trace of light as it kind of followed?
Absolutely, it left something, yeah. Yeah, just for, not no time, but. Yeah,
it was just like almost, how when you do sparklers and you zig it back and forth, it's something like that, but even faster. Those traces don't.
If you got one more second, I'll go into even a greater story than that. 2 weeks later.
We got one more story. This is Third Phase of Moon. Roll with it, and then that's it. Go for it.
All right. Okay, check it out. 2 weeks later, we're still kind of going through this turmoil. We're doing a little bit better. Because that changed the way we were feeling about each other and everything, and it was getting better. Well, he and his mother and his brother was driving to their house one night 2 weeks later, and this is within 5 miles from where we were at when we seen that, whatever it was, and they were at night this time, and she said she seen lights that looked like football field lights that she knew were never there. She said it looked like they were huge, and they came up on this thing and literally stopped and rolled the window down on the car. And this thing's floating 100 foot off the ground. And she said it was about 3 times as big as my Silverado pickup truck, okay? And it's floating here, and it flips upside down. And they said all 3 of them witnessed to me that it opened 7 bright lights on it. And I remember my stepson telling me that the lights were so bright that if they hit your eyes, it would blind you immediately. He said it was like a welder, And then she said it flipped. It rolled 180 and then rolled again, and then took off from like 2 mile an hour to like 1,000. Just zipped away. And I had 3 witnesses there.
And none of them didn't know what it was.
No. And they knew. She said it was so big. Like the lights were so bright, she said she thought they were like building a football stadium or something there, And this is just out in the middle of the country. And she really was scared when she called me on the phone. She said she sounded like she seen a ghost. She said something strange, man. She said I've seen something really, really strange tonight. And I talked to all 3 of them, and me and my dad even rode down there and looked around, I do think there's strange aircraft around that area in Fort Knox. Military's over there, and I wonder sometimes if they don't have some stuff they play around with. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, they got stuff. They're playing around with reverse Elling technology within their. They have it in their back pocket, and they're using it, and they're testing it, sharing it bit by bit to the world. This caller that just called in, 3 incredible stories within the past 5 minutes. some people have a lot of encounters and some people don't. But if you look hard enough and you keep diligent, looking up in the sky, looking for strange things, you'll see something. I guarantee it. And you might be calling third phase of moon next. Let's get to the next caller. 226. You're live, third phase moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, going pretty good.
My name's Stan, anyway. I wanted to call in. I've been listening for, probably the past 4 or 5 months at least to everything, watching it all. Think you guys are doing awesome, man.
Hey, thanks a lot. Stan or Dan?
Stan.
Hey, Stan. Right on. Stan the man's with us, third phase of moon. Stan, have you ever seen a UFO?
I haven't honestly seen one myself, but I did have something I did want to say. There's a couple guys there that were talking about how when they were abducted or something that they thought it was Casper the Ghost.
Yes.
Okay, well, when I was really, really young, probably around 6 years old, 7 years old, when I would go to sleep at night, I had my own room, and I have 3 other brothers who had their own rooms as well, but every night for probably at least 3 weeks to a month, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would have this white hand in my face, and then sometimes it would walk away, and it's weird how how these guys said this thing about Casper, because I didn't really watch Casper in that, but it was almost like a ghost to me, and I wanted to call and say that because I don't know if I was abducted, but hearing those stories, man, really made me want to call and say I kind of want to find if that happened.
That's cool, Stan. Hey, Stan, that's awesome. Because we got a F1 here. He's experienced the exact same thing that you've experienced in its own sense. Maybe, at least the similarities between this Casper phenomenon is quite interesting. F1, we got to keep this short, but I bet you just heard the caller, Stan. He's here. If you got any questions, bounce real fast. We got a few minutes.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't like Casper to me, I can't really say it was Casper, but man.
No, but it's a thing you can relate it to.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is I would be so scared I would cringe into my bed, and I would just pull the sheets over me and just cry, and I would fall back asleep, and it would be so quick that I fell back asleep that it makes me think now that I'm older, and hearing you guys say that, man, maybe I did get abducted too,
Yeah, I could tell you the same thing, brother. You're right on the track, and I have, believe me, you have a big family here, but same with me. I would get so freaking inside myself because I never freaking understand. And what I used to do is pull the sheets over my freaking head. I could still feel them for a second, and then the next thing you know, it's morning. It's so same thing, exactly the same thing here.
Wow, that's amazing collaboration over the past week with this phenomenon of the similarity that you could kind of reference to an alien being. Casper kind of comes to mind over 3 witnesses the past week have stated this. Stan, hey, thanks for calling, and I appreciate you sharing your possible encounter. You never know, right?
Might take it further and see if I can memory regression or something.
Think about it. Think about if you want to go down that. If you keep experiencing Casper, you definitely will want to do that. Stan, hey, thanks a lot for calling in.
Hey, thanks for having me. I tried to call last week too. I wanted to say, but I guess you said 226, and it didn't go on. I said hello a few times, but I wanted to have this conversation last week. But
absolutely.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Stan. Thank you, and I'm glad we got to you. And this phenomenon is real.